The command headquarters, the governor of Edo State, Oshiomhole, appears to be on the same page with the police as it presents to the command patrol vehicles to help it in combating crime across the length and breadth of Edo State.
This obviously is a far cry from what you need. Given the size of this state, our large mass, the number of local government, and even the sheer number of DPOs, this number is certainly not enough. But as we have always done in the past, we would, with time, procure more, even as things are tough, because we recognize that nothing else will matter to our people if they don't feel safe. We recognize that criminals are mobile, and the security agencies that are...
The vehicle's usefulness in the fight against crime in the state.
We recognize that criminals are mobile, and the security agencies that are charged with the responsibility of fighting crime can't do so if they are not mobile. And they cannot do so with rickety second-hand vehicles. Not only does that raise issues of transparency as to how much to procure a second-hand vehicle, because you look at the books, the cost of Sienna, we could have bought you a new Toyota. I'm so happy that, like you did promise, you are speaking less and doing more. Your action will continue to speak louder than voice. These are vehicles already equipped, I can see, with gadgets, communications, etc. So the police, the army have what it takes to run after the criminals and with them out of us.
This particular video is to Osho Skata, to Osho Gorewa. I decided to bring your own video where 9 years ago, where you was the governor of Edo State. We were only able to donate 9 patrol vehicles, just 9 patrol vehicles. Where are those 9 vehicles today? Nowhere to be found. And again, it's also an advice to the governor, the current governor of Edo State, which is Abako Mezan. Edoya ita we inile rega muwa gbe. Ami aya wogoma. Alawe ni si ayo moto. Mr. Governor, have you done well buying 76 patrol vehicles to combat insecurity in the state? I will say yes, I will commend you that you bought those patrol vehicles to add to what is already on ground. Because the constant backlash on Godwin Obaseki, who is no longer in government, is a setback for the Edo people. It's a big setback. It's no longer in government, but we always see constant backlash against him, and the man is not fighting back. So it is our time you guys move from Obaseki to ruling Edo State. Obaseki, while he was the governor of the state, donated 50 vehicles and 60 motorcycles, and even more. They are proof. I have posted it before. What Obaseki has done in terms of security in Edo State, not even Osho Skata has done it. No governor has done it. And I cannot say no governor can do it, because all I want is the improvement and the progress and development of my state. We hope that a better governor will come that will take our state to another level. Obaseki did marvelously well when it comes to security in the state. And I will try to explain. In terms of the civil defense security network that we have, some of the people who are members of that security apparatus, some are the so-called court guys. But Obaseki did well to include them and make them useful to their community, to their state, and to their family. It gave them a gainful employment by recruiting them into the security architectures in the state. Many of them, they began to work and they were being paid for their service. Many of them went through training in police barrack, army barrack. Many of those security, civil defense security apparatus, they went on training. Obaseki took them through training, various training. And they were so useful, and the state received calmness, and there was peace in the state. In terms of security, there was peace in the state. And talking about the anti-courtesan law, it was Obaseki initiative. It was the initiative of Obaseki. So you coming out to say that any courtese that is being caught, the house will be demolished, 21 years imprisonment. This was not your initiative. This was the initiative of former governor Obaseki. The truth be told, it was the initiative of Obaseki. That you key into that initiative is a good thing, and it's a plus for Edo people. Then Obaseki went as far as creating security control center. This is in the quest to combat insecurity in the state. He took it further and he created a control room where he ambited soldiers, police, navy, name it. They were all in that control center. And there was camera that was set in strategic places in the state, taking watch of who enter into the state and who is going out of the state. And these security devices was not in every part of the state. It was in Benin. And I can tell you that even most of the Beninese were not even aware that they were being watched. That they were being watched, that there were camera that was set on sensitive places to watch over them. So what I expected, because previous administrations from what is it called, Benin down to Obaseki, have they not bought vehicles, security vehicles? They bought security vehicles. So Obaseki bought security vehicles. So is it security vehicles that is the problem of Edo State now? What I was expecting is not you going out spending billions of naira to buy e-losses, and you say you want to combat insecurity in the state. What I was expecting is that the camera security gadget that Obaseki has deployed, setting cameras on sensitive places in Benin City, you can begin to advance it. You begin to take security to another level. You advance it. Not only in Benin City, you can take it to other parts of the state. Then you spend billions of naira buying vehicles again, where vehicles has already been made available. and looking at Osho's Kataskata saying that saying that those were old vehicles. These in-laws that you just bought, are they not going to get hold? Are they not going to get hold? And are you not going to repair them when they get hold? So why not take that money and invest it in cameras? Set it in strategic places. Let it be across the whole state. That we have cameras that is watching the whole state, even about bushes. That before anything will happen, we will be what? Be alerted. And we swing into actions. That camera will help to give us informations. Because we are seeing every part or every nook and cranny of the whole state with such cameras. So is vehicle going to give you information about insecurity? Vehicles will not give you information about insecurity. Since Obaseki left office, we do not know what has happened, what has become the fate of our control room, security control room. We do not know what has become of it. And you bought 76 illnesses and people are screaming. To me, it is backwardness. How long are we going to keep riding on this part of buying vehicles? Go to other part of the country. You don't see patrol vehicles everywhere. And still, you do not see crime everywhere. Why? Because there are cameras that have, everybody are aware that camera is watching them. Everybody, they are aware that they are being watched by camera. And the most important thing is that they do not know where those cameras are being what? Inserted. They do not know where those cameras are being plugged. So everybody, they are afraid to carry out anything because they know they are being watched. I was expecting that you will advance that part of the security. Take it to another level. Then you went ahead to buy in-laws. Didn't you ask Oshiomhole Osho, who also buy 9 in-laws in his own tenure? Only 9 in-laws. Did you ask him what has become the fate of those in-laws that he bought? Didn't you ask him what has become the fate of those in-laws? I was expecting that it will advance these cameras, take it to other part of the state.